Show them. Show them what? Everything?
Hello, welcome back to Maybe Someday. Feels like it's been an eternity, but so much has happened in that time with Evil Empire, my life, my career as a cinematographer. This update is long overdue. I've learned so much in these past few years about running a film studio, building a community, and what being a cinematographer actually means. So come on down and we'll give you an update, starting with So the studio, Evil Empire, still exists, and yes, it still kind of looks the same as it did 5 years ago from this angle. But behind the scenes, so much has been happening. The pandemic set us back in a few ways, but in hindsight, there are so many things that we were eager to renovate at the outset back in 2020 that we now know were the wrong move. The shutdowns and strikes in the industry forced us to mold the business model into something that's more resilient, and successfully navigating all these roadblocks gave us tons of data to work with to better inform how we move forward. You might have seen Jesse's container build series where we moved our offices into part of the building. That move wasn't just mandatory, it's been invaluable. Working here has taught us firsthand what works and what doesn't work when juggling a creative community with active film productions. And there have been so many crews that have come through, like hundreds. So even though we've had to adjust our timeline, we've never been more certain that what we're doing here is gonna work. So now with 5 years of feedback from literally thousands of people who've come through the space, we've really honed in on exactly what we need to do to take this place to the next level. All of that experience and data has distilled down to this.
So Michèle and I, well, mostly Michèle, has spent the better part of the last year assembling everything that makes Evil Empire truly evil and funneling it all into this 40-plus page pitch deck. The goal is to welcome a handful of passionate investors into our story so we can finally evolve into a thriving community hub where creative people are inspired to work. All the feedback we've gotten from you over the past 4 years has given us the confidence that every stud, every outlet, every emergency snack drawer is exactly where it needs to be. The coffee shop is still an important component, but we've moved it to a better spot in the building so that the warehouse studio remains fully available for productions. It's all about creating a balance between community, creativity, and practicality. I might dive deeper into the pitch deck in a future video, but for now, I'll put a link to the PDF below so anyone curious about the specifics can get that info.
So to sum it all up, the first 5 years have been a roller coaster, but with the help from countless people, we're finally back on track and we're doing better than ever. Evil Empire started as a playful idea, a tongue-in-cheek name for a space where creativity could thrive. But now it's something real, and it's bigger than I could have ever imagined. We went from a blank canvas to a place where incredible movies and TV shows and memories have been made. So thank you to everyone who's been a part of the journey so far and helped us to get here. I'll put links below to anyone who's interested in renting the space or working here or staying up to date on everything that's going to be happening over the next couple of years. What are you doing? Wasn't done yet. I have more to say. Okay, enough about the studio. Let's talk about me. I'm reading this book right now. It's called Try Hard by Max Kerman, who's the frontman for the Hamilton band Arkells. I'm only a few chapters in, but so far, as someone who creates for a living, I'm finding it relatable in so many ways. I underlined the opening paragraph because right out of the gate, it felt like something straight out of my brain. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read that, and hopefully I don't get sued. I'm not doing this for you, dear reader. I'm doing this for me. For all the altruistic sounding mentions of community and connection and the metaphysical ideas around healing and the resiliency of the human spirit, what creatives rarely acknowledge is this. I'm simply doing this for my own entertainment. When I started this channel, it was just that, a creative outlet for me. I had no clue where I wanted to go with it, and random ideas would just pop into my head and I needed a place to put them. But I don't make money from YouTube, so naturally, when it'd get busy with work, this would take a back seat. So when the whole world shut down for the pandemic, I kind of got into a groove creating here because it was the only thing keeping me sane. Then, after the pandemic kind of subsided, the film industry kicked back into high gear, I got really busy. I actually filmed a good chunk of this video back in 2022. Hello. And I've shot and reshot some of these segments multiple times now. In some cases because I got too precious about the way things looked, but also because there'd be big gaps in when I'd have time to film, and the story was evolving at a pace that I just couldn't keep up with. Every time I'd shoot a segment for this video, I'd get a call to DP a long-form narrative project, and then I'd come back to this and it just wouldn't be in the right headspace, so it wasn't working. But that's because for the most part, over the past 7 years, I've prioritized that side of my career. I got to shoot 2 seasons of a Netflix kids series, which was obviously an incredible experience. I also shot 2 seasons of a Canadian show called Paris Paris that we shot a ton of stuff for here at Evil Empire. Getting to be a cinematographer on narrative projects has been a dream come true, and I'm not turning my back on that. But moving forward, I want to try and find a better balance of taking on those kinds of projects for maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months of the year, and then spend more time here with you, as well as here building Evil Empire. I didn't go to film school, I actually went to school for carpentry, so my path to becoming a DP on big projects has been unconventional. I've been incredibly fortunate to learn from mentors and talented crews who had far more experience than me. Big productions with big crews are worlds apart from small indie projects where you're wearing all the hats, but I've learned to thrive in both, and that variety from project to project is part of what keeps me inspired. While all that's been happening and going really well, there's one thing that I've deeply missed, and that's making stuff for YouTube. There's something just completely different but equally magical about creating stuff for YouTube and Instagram. In traditional filmmaking, the process is long but collaborative, and there are so many factors outside of your control like financing and complex schedules. With YouTube, if you have an idea, you can grab a camera, maybe a few friends, and you can make it happen. And then a few days later, or years in my case, it's out there in the world for people to see for free. For as much as I love and will never stop making films and TV, that spontaneity is what I've been craving. And I think this channel is proof that my experience and out-of-the-box approach means I have something different and practical to offer you, the audience. My approach to cinematography at the highest level is about so much more than lenses and cameras and composition and lighting design. It's political, it's putting out fires on set, it's advocating for and empowering your team so they can make better decisions than you and help you create something that you just can't do on your own. On YouTube, I haven't seen a lot of people who've taught that side of cinematography. To me, navigating that side of the job was the most difficult and probably the most important one to learn, so I really want to package up everything I've learned so far and put it out into the world for anyone who could benefit from it. Lastly, I've also been super inspired by people like Zach Ramelan and Danny Gevirtz, who are making narrative films and putting them on YouTube where people can actually watch them. So much of my cinematography, the work I'm the most proud of, even my close friends haven't seen it because you need a subscription to watch it or it's not available in their country. I want people to be able to see what I'm capable of as a cinematographer, and right now, YouTube feels like the best place to make that happen. So, where does this leave me as a studio owner, filmmaker, cinematographer, content creator, constructioner? Do I have to choose just one flavor? I hope not, and that's what we're going to find out together on this channel. I actually think all my passions and outlets complement each other in a really nice mix. But my goal for 2025 is to be picky with narrative projects, freeing up time to create stuff here. And I have been cooking. That's not what I meant. So if you're into this kind of stuff, hit subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, share the video with someone you love or hate. Either way, it feels good to be back, and I really mean it when I say, I'll see you on the next one. I love party mix.